Hello, I'm going to do the daily tarot card reading, and this is for the collective. So this is for whoever feels drawn to hear this message. It's also a timeless reading, so it's for whenever you feel, again, drawn to hear this message. All right, what do we got going on here? Also, this message may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Okay? All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Capricorn card, Devil card, sorry. So the Devil card, which is also Capricorn. We have the Eight of Swords. For some reason I said that, so for some of you that may resonate with a person, with yourself or another person. We have the King of Cups. We have the Empress. We have the Magician. The Six of Wands. And for overall energy, we have the Two of Cups. So it could be a relationship with a Capricorn or a water sign. Okay, Pisces. For some reason, that one came to my mind. So for overall energy, we have the Two of Cups, and that represents a relationship. That can be a relationship with yourself. That can be a relationship with another person. It could be reconciling a relationship. It could be a new relationship that comes in. So however that may relate to you. So for current energies, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Wands, the Devil, and the Eight of Swords. I feel like it's getting rid of some bad behavior. I feel like you're kind of realizing that you're wanting to move forward. That I always say that a lot. I'm trying to not repeat myself, but that you want change, or change is coming in for you. It could also be a warning to look out for toxic energy that is coming towards you, to make sure that you are aware of things, that you are kind of in that mind frame, that you're more aware of maybe some habits that you may be falling into. It could just be negative thinking. That's a big habit that I feel like a lot of people fall into. Like they immediately go to the negative. If something happens, it's immediately to the negative. And maybe that's about turning that around, because you're holding yourself back if you're always going to the negative. If you're always saying, this isn't going to happen for me, or this isn't going to play out, or this isn't working the way that I thought, I'm going to be frustrated, or worrying about those things in the future. I watch a lot of, because I have a horse, I watch a lot of horse videos, and there's this one trainer is Warwick Schiller, and he talks about that if you are thinking about the future, then you're living in anxiety. Like, not all the time, of course it's good to be excited about things, but if you're focusing on the future and you're having anxiety about those things, that you keep focusing on those things, that you're having anxiety. But if you're focusing on what's going on in the moment, then you're in the present. You're enjoying what's going around you right now, and you're not stressing about, well, this might happen and that might happen and this and that, and so you're bringing anxiety in for yourself. And it's about being in the moment. And that's what he says, like with horses, is that you have to be in the moment, that you can't think of the past, and that you not worrying about the future. It's just enjoying the moment that you have. And I feel like that also has to do with ourselves, is just enjoying the moment. Yes, you have to plan for things in the future, and yes, things have happened to you in the past, but it's trying to enjoy what's going on right now and not worrying about what's to come. That's like the Nine of Swords. It's about worrying about things that you can't control and not being in that energy. And maybe that's, what you're doing, is that you're worrying about things in the future, and you're stressing yourself. I do feel that, you're wanting change, or change is coming in for you, and you're making those decisions to not hold yourself back with something. For future energies, we have King of Cups, the Empress, the Magician, and Six of Wands. So I feel that there is a lot of growth ahead of you. There's a lot of evolving I feel that there's a lot of change, and you're taking things into your own hands, and that gives you that confident feeling. There's a lot of confidence that's coming in for you. This can also represent, as far as, you know, for the overall energy with the Two of Cups, like I said, it can be for yourself. So, you know, that was the first scenario I said. And then if it has to do with a relationship, that maybe you are ready to move forward with a relationship, that maybe you are ready to start a new relationship with a Capricorn, or somebody that you are physically attracted to. Or it could be that you are realizing that you are in a toxic relationship and you want that change, that you want things to become lighter, that you want to move away from that and make the choices that are best for you. Or maybe you are waiting to make a choice to move away from some toxic energy, and that helps you. You know, sometimes we think about things, and then it's like the worst part of it is that we were thinking about it before we actually do it, and then after we do it, we're like, oh, I feel so much better. So I feel like that represents that King of Cups, is that maybe it's that release, that flow of, oh my gosh, I finally did it. I'm feeling so much better. You know, why didn't I do this before? I'm so happy now that I am feeling confident, and I've taken things into my own hands with this situation, whether it's with yourself or with a toxic relationship, or maybe it's a new relationship that's coming in for you with somebody, like I said, you are physically attracted to, and that you feel that connection with that person, and that you don't want to hold yourself back, that you want to move forward with it, and that you want to have this relationship evolve, because the Empress can also represent you know, birth and marriage, and something that is evolving, a relationship that is evolving and moving forward. All right. So let's get some clarifying cards. We have Two of Cups. We have Two of Cups again. So either a relationship is evolving, that you are, or a relationship is changing. You know, maybe you're realizing that there are things that you have to work on within that relationship, whether it's with yourself or with another person, and you're like, I'm ready for change, and maybe things are turning around for you. It could also be that maybe things are going towards the negative, that things are maybe becoming a little toxic, but you're realizing, okay, I don't want to hold myself back anymore. I don't want to be in a toxic relationship, and you're aware of that. Because I think that's what I was saying in the beginning of the reading, being aware of things. We have the Five of Cups, which is she's let go of those negative emotions. Like, she's poured out those 3 cups, and she's like, okay, I've got to let that go. I've got to, you know, letting things go. And then we have 2 cups here, which I feel like Two of Cups again. I feel like that's a repeating thing here. And she's got to focus on the positive. It could be within a relationship, and you're like, I have to focus on the positive, not focus on the negative, whether it's the relationship with yourself or it's the relationship with someone else. Like I said, sometimes it's really easy for us to go directly to the negative, and that's what we have to maybe catch ourselves with. Realizing that and catching ourselves brings a lot of reward, like makes us feel like we are more confident, that we are able to kind of filter through those things and let the negative go and take more control of our mind, because I feel sometimes our mind can just get out of control and it just wants to go to the negative, and it's retraining that mind to say, okay, let's look at the positive. We have the King of Wands, taking things under control and taking those actions about what it is that we need to do for us to be in a more positive energy. All right, King of Cups and King of Cups. Look at that, 2 King of Cups. King of Cups represent someone who's very easygoing. I just see, when I saw this, I felt like it was a flood of emotions just running and flowing and letting go. I feel like you're holding a lot of emotions inside of you, a lot of pent-up energy, a lot of emotions, and you're ready to let those floodgates go. You're ready to just let everything go, whether it represents crying it out, whether it represents getting out some anger and some frustration that has built up, whether it's within a current relationship or it is the relationship that you have with yourself. It's time to let the floodgates open and let things go. 9 of Cups. Perfect. Again, focusing on the positive and reaching your goals. What do you want to have happen? What are those things that you want to have happen? What are those things that you want to... that you want to focus on, okay? Wishes and dreams coming true. Focusing on those positive things. Being happy. It could be reconnecting with somebody from your past. It could be that somebody from your past comes back in and, you know, you reconnect with them. But I'm kind of feeling, it's just feeling lighter. I just feel like this future energy that is coming in is so positive for you. It is so amazing. It's so exciting. It's freeing. It's just freeing this energy that's coming in for you. Right up here, you're doing the work, whether it's in a relationship with yourself or with someone else. You're doing the work, okay? You're doing the work up here. You're realizing things, and you're not holding yourself back. You're not staying in a situation that you feel is toxic for you. Oh, I love that card. The 7 of Cups. Dreams, wishes, especially right next to the Magician. It's magical. It's a magical feeling. It's such an empowering feeling to feel this lightness. I feel like it has a lot to do with these 2 King of Cups, and like I said, letting the floodgates open and letting the floodgates, you know, just let it out, let all of this toxic energy here, this 5 of Cups, the Devil card, okay, just letting that go. The 8 of Swords, just letting that go. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning, okay, a new start, a new feeling, a new venture, prosperity, okay, abundance. Abundance is coming in for you. That's the word. Prosperity and abundance is coming in for you. If you are open, if you are willing to do the work up here. But I feel like that's the key, is you have to do the work here, and it's about your perspective, and it's about focusing on the positive and not the negative. And I know that that's something that's hard to do, and it does take some time. But this right here is what you want to go for, you know. We've got the 9 of Cups, we've got the 7 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Wands, which is success and victory, okay? The Empress, growth, prosperity, evolving, changing. So much change wants to come in for you. Do you want this? Do you want this change, okay? Do you want this energy? We can't just expect to put that on other people. We have to look at the actions that we are doing and that we are taking and the energy that we are in. And how do we handle those situations? How are we going to deal with those things, okay? And doing those things, going to those things that make us feel happy, that make us feel good, that make us feel safe, that change our energy to be towards the positive, okay? It's figuring out those things that give us that calmness, and how do we stay in that energy, or how do we get back to that energy if things start to get toxic? Having to do within that, you know, if it's a new relationship that's coming in for you, I feel that you need to release this energy first and not hold yourself back. And then if this represents a relationship that comes in, that you're in a good place, that you're in a confident place, that you're in you know what you want, you know what you don't want, you know what you can give to a relationship, you know what it is that you need from a relationship in order to be happy, in order for the relationship to be successful. We have to figure out not only what other people can give to us, but what can we give to other people. And just being aware of those things gives us a better chance in a relationship with ourselves and with others. And letting go of the negativity and doing that work. Change. Yeah, you're wanting change. I feel like if you're understanding what I'm saying, I feel like you want that change. You want things to change. You're tired of the way things are. You're tired of, you know, being in this Five of Cups and this Devil and this Eight of Swords energy. Like you want to bust through, like you want to change. And looking for that information and those things that can help you to change. And having a better, I just feel like that this here represents self, you know, represents yourself. And once you are happy within yourself and you are happy in your space, then you attract people that are in that same energy, and you attract those relationships, you attract those connections with people that are in the same energy as you. It's not something that happens overnight. I think that's probably the most the thing that I've had to realize the most is that it's a process. I mean, it takes time. This is not something that happens overnight, and this is something that you are constantly learning and evolving with. But being open to the tools to help you to get in this energy. And what works for you, what works for someone else may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for someone else. And that's what you have to realize too, because you may see other people and they're like, oh, well, so-and-so has this and so did that, and it worked for them. Why isn't it working for me? Because your path is different from their path. It might be side by side, but you know, your path is not exactly their path. And that's what you have to realize too. All right. Let's get an Animal Oracle card. I feel like the Nine of Cups is coming out a lot lately, and I love that. Mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Yes, perfect. Those little things that matter to you. It's almost like starting out little, but then having it build upon itself, you know, having it build to something that is bigger and greater, and taking it one day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time if you're in that frustrated energy, but having it build and having it grow and figuring out those things that put you in the positive energy, that puts you in control, that builds up your confidence. Having confidence is huge, okay? Taking things under control and having confidence and focusing on the positive, all right? So tending to the small things a little bit at a time. Not worrying about, not being overwhelmed by the big picture. It's good to have the big picture in mind, but not being overwhelmed by it. If it becomes overwhelming, then just focus on it day to day. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.